Hello and welcome to Google Chrome. This is another episode of Artwork of an Aries. I'm gonna hold off on the anatomy on the female torso for a while, but for now I'm gonna bring you one of my favorite artists, the inspiration, I guess, for me to draw more. It's Mr. Jim Lee. Yay! I've never met the guy, even though I've had the chance to, but he's been here in New York and I've heard he's a Mets fan. But enough about that. I was introduced to Jim Lee thanks to the X-Men arcade game that came out in the 90s, which had this big Magneto on the side. So Marvel has to give Capcom and Jim Lee props for my interest in the X-Men. I liked some of his Wildcat stuff. I guess the first 5 issues he did. One of the things about Jim Lee that I liked was his artwork is, I think it's just cool, even though as an artist, the more you draw, you evolve. So I'm not too crazy about his later stuff than I am about his earlier stuff. The peak of the peak of me liking his artwork was probably X-Men Volume 2. When he came back to do Fantastic Four, I was his artwork had changed, but it was still good. I've read the Hush arc, but not too crazy about that. And All-Star Batman and Robin. I don't care that it's late or anything. It's just the story doesn't interest me, and his artwork, like I already mentioned, isn't the same. Let's see. Jim Lee started on the X-Men with issue 248 and then was on from 256 to 258. This is the first comic, not the first X-Men comic, the first in the run. Well, this is the comic that comes with Marvel Legends Mandarin, and his artwork was different. So it's pretty cool, but like I said, you see, this is Jim Lee art, but doesn't look so much like I guess he's finding his niche. Some of it, this is Andy Kubert, so some of this isn't exactly Jim Lee, and this is his one of the most famous covers, at Lee. It's pretty cool. And silence. And then there's X-Men. One of my favorite covers is this one, X-Men 4. You could take a lot from his art. Like if you're an aspiring artist or you want to be an artist, one of the good things to do is to, I guess, imitate, but not exactly imitate. Find the stuff that you like out of your favorite artist's artwork. Don't be a copycat or a clone, but there's stuff you can learn from just looking, like where shadows go, or how to put detail on the face and stuff. This is another one of my favorite covers because I'd think about this cover and then I'd want to go play X-Men, to either play as Omega Red or as Wolverine, and you could see how the lines on the artwork like define the shape of the face. and the teeth. You could see that you're not supposed to individually make all the teeth separated and stuff. So that's like, looking at this, you could learn. Jim Lee's last comic on the X-Men was this one, X-Men issue 11, and then Art Tilbert took over, and then they got Andy Kubert. Jim Lee has a blog. It's Gelatomenti number 2, I guess. But on his blog, sometimes he makes posts. Most of the posts are done by, I guess, people that work for him, showing off their artwork. He has a MySpace. And I asked, I'm one of his friends, but he has like 2,000 friends. So if you want, ask him to be your friend. I'm sure he'll accept. But I wouldn't expect any correspondence because he's pretty busy. And there's also a Art of Jim Lee group on MSN. Let's see, Art of Jim Lee. You could come in here and check out his convention, sketchbook, and gallery. And creme de la creme. On YouTube, look for Jim Lee, Stan Lee Comic Book Greats Part 1. It's like 4 parts, but it's pretty cool. You should give it a look. Alright, so Jim, as I said before, this is, I guess, like a video about my favorite artist, Jim Lee. See you guys on the flip side, and expect some more content from me. Bye.